Okay, so guys, in V-Ray, we'll be covering approximately 4 to 5 projects, all right? We'll even be covering, um, like very small rooms. We'll be understanding complete material settings. And guys, understand V-Ray is starting from the 15th of June. Okay, so 15th of June, it will be starting because a lot of students are taking up SketchUp and V-Ray together. So my understanding is that the students should know SketchUp very well and then only get into V-Ray. So very well for me is 5 days with you guys. Okay. So the first week, which is from the 8th, so the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, we'll be doing SketchUp. 14th, 15th is Saturday, Sunday, which I give a complete off to all my students, all the batches. And 15th, we'll be taking V-Ray. V-Ray will be covering, guys, small projects. So I'll tell you how V-Ray works, right? So let me just share my screen for now. And V-Ray is excellent, guys, for rendering. One of the best tools for interiors and exterior rendering. So I'll just kind of switch on our V-Ray over here. Okay, hi guys. So I hope all of y'all can hear me, guys. If you are not mute, just mute yourself. It'll be more understandable for the rest of the students as well. Okay, now guys, for V-Ray, right? And if y'all don't have the software, do not worry. I will help you guys out with these softwares. So you can see over here, we have these two settings of V-Rays, okay? Of V-Ray, guys. I'll just open up the chat as well. So let me just switch on that. All right, okay. Yeah, so the chat is also on. I can see if y'all have any doubts. Now, for V-Ray, guys, I don't know how many of y'all have the software. If y'all don't, that's completely okay. Just have a look at what it can do for you guys, okay? Now, you can see that this is a basic interior or basic position we have done. Now, I'll tell you exactly how we train V-Ray, okay? And what we feel is the best way to learn V-Ray. See, V-Ray is a very detailed software, okay? Maybe some of y'all are just students. Maybe some of y'all are professionals. That is not the point. The point is that understanding material is very important. So those of y'all who understand material will do better in V-Ray. But what we understand is for people who do not understand material, who are just starting out in the architecture and interior design field, making a mistake and trial and then error, that is the best way to learn V-Ray. Because you will be making a mistake or you will see a render and you'll be like, okay, no, this can have more texture. These can have more grains. The opacity can be a little less over here. The reflection can be more. The metallicity can be a little less over here. So we kind of cover each of these step by step through smaller project, then a little bigger project, then a bigger project, then a bigger project, and then a very big project. We don't jump big directly. We start with small, just like you can see this view that we have over here. We'll be seeing each and every element. See, V-Ray is all about materials and it's all about how good you understand that particular material. And V-Ray works in a way where you have all kinds of settings for it, all right? And you have a library of V-Ray as well. So I'll just quickly go ahead and explain to you guys certain things about V-Ray. Now you can see this close-up that we have over here. Please give me a yes if all of y'all can see the screen quickly, guys. Please give me a yes if all of y'all can see the screen. I honestly don't mind you put a thumbs up, say yes, or just press S also. I'm okay with that. I just want to know that all of y'all are there. All of y'all are able to listen to me. All of y'all are able to hear me so that none of y'all miss anything out, all right? Okay, guys, good. So once you guys can see over here, that we have this screen right now in front of us. We have a chair, we have these glasses, we have the chair's legs, we have this lamp, we have this, this bulb over here, we have a cap for the lamp, we have a painting, I would say more like a picture frame, and we have this frame for it. So, and we have the wall, we have the skirting, we have the floor. Now, each of these have to be edited through their materials. Now, initially, the first step is to use your bucket tool and provide materials from here, guys, okay, from your SketchUp materials. And once you're done with that, guys, then we get into the editing of the materials. So we focus on a couple of things. We focus on material editing, okay? We focus on in-depth material editing. So material placing, material editing. We focus on lightings that are all over here, guys. All these lightings are over here, all the lighting settings. We focus on camera look, which is how the camera should be clicking that particular photo. We focus on quality, and then we focus on the rendering. All right. So we focus on these 6 things when we talk about V-Ray. Now you can see we have the assist editor over here, which is a big V circle. So when I click on that, you can see that there is a box which will open up in front of us, guys, over here, called V-Ray Assist Editor. It is basically going to assist us all the way through our editing process. Now, on the left over here is where we have material library of V-Ray itself. So V-Ray has its own material library. Those of y'all who have used Lumion in the past, y'all know that y'all have a material library in Lumion. The same way V-Ray has given us preset materials over here. These materials already have settings completely done. All right. Then over here, guys, we have all the materials which are in our model. Okay. Over here, we have the quick settings. These settings are vast anyway, the quick settings. Okay. You can see it's vast over here. Plus we have all these different kinds of materials which we can edit. And then over here, we have much more detailed material editings, which we will be getting into. See, those are more than in the hundreds of editings. Okay, so we'll be tapping almost all the important ones from the advanced level as well. Okay, so guys, this is basically on the left. We have material settings of materials of V-Ray themselves, advanced materials over here, and you can see all of these comes under your material tabs. For all the lightings that we have added, guys, if you click here, you'll see V-Ray Spotlight. All the lightings that we have, sunlight and spotlight, all of these are catered to over here only, guys. Okay, all the lighting editings. Then we have geometry and we have the settings. These settings will basically let us set all our different materials and all our different camera focuses, the quality, the environment, the output, whether you want to override materials or use swamp, or how do you want to render, do you want to use interactive or progressive, and all of these, right? So it's a vast topic that we'll be covering in our V-Ray as well. Now, when we talk about materials right now, guys, I'll just show you how to edit also a couple of materials. It's not difficult. It is difficult to see the perfect material, but it's not difficult to edit materials. Okay. So all we're going to do is I'm going to take my bucket tool, guys, in SketchUp, right? And I'm going to actually just select this material over here. You can see medium, violet, red. And that basically you can see this material has come up over here. Now in the SketchUp model, the material is black, right? There is no effect in the SketchUp model. But where is this? Where is the look for the material? It is in front of us over here. Okay, so you can see circle has this gloss to it, has this reflection to it. It's basically the setting has already been created. And you can see over here in the quick settings, we have set it to metal. So I can actually change that, let's say to generic. Generic would actually kind of change it to, to change its settings over here. I can change it to liquid and we'll have this other kind of a setting over here. But this is a metal, right? This is going to be a metal whatsoever. And you can see now that I've changed it back to metal, we have actually lost the color what we had. So we can now bring it back and edit that very simply. And how do we do that, guys? So basically for editing this material, you can see we have reflection, IOR and diffuse color. At the moment, my reflection, if I keep it completely white, you can see it becomes like a silver color over here. And if I reduce this, it becomes a little bit darker. And the more I reduce the reflection, it will become more and more a little darker. Guys, see, this is a metal. So there is the reflection, but it's not 100% reflection because it's not a mirror, right? It has to have that darkness. It has to have that little vibe to it of a metal, right? So the more I reduce the IOR and the more I reduce the reflection, the more darker it will get. The more it will start to retain its color. Because if it reflects all its color, it's 100% reflectivity, it becomes a mirror. But if I retain its color, it starts to retain the black as well. You know, the black, the dark color, which we need as well. So the IOR over here will also be reduced slightly. And then we have the reflection as well, which we are going to edit. The IOR basically means, guys, intensity or intent of reflection, which we'll learn. But now I just want to make you guys understand how we kind of edit these materials over here. Then we have glossiness, which we can also edit, guys. And see, these are very just the quick settings, all right? So they're not the in-depth settings. And you can see when I enter into in-depth settings, there are just for reflection, there are like hundreds of, like around 15 or 12 or 15 editings over here only, which we'll be getting into to understand in-depth editing, guys. And not every setting makes a big difference, but in total in the render it makes a difference. And we have rendered more than 2 to 300 images in the last year itself, guys, with our students. So we know exactly what settings work and how they have to be handled for our students. Okay, and we'll even teach you guys professionally how you create renders to sell them at a good rate. So maybe 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 rupees per render. We'll explain to you all the commercials and details of how you can take this business or this software of yours commercially as well, guys. All right, so as you can see here, I am going to select this bulb, guys, over here. Okay, you can see this bulb is glowing. Now I'll quickly show you how to set the glowing bulb as well. Over here, we basically add a property which is called as emissivity, guys. Okay, and emissivity, I'll just remove this prior emissivity and I'll show you this. So you can see here I can actually set the color, which is like yellow, and I can actually increase the intensity, guys, over here. All right, so this will basically give this yellow setting to it, but I'll just go ahead and select the little lighter color, and 6 intensity is too much. So you have to understand, even the little bit intensity will give a good light over there. Okay, so because we have used this so much, we have an idea of what is going to happen with the entire settings when we provide it, right? Now I'll select the cap of the lamp. Over here you can see that, and you can see how this lamp is basically going to show us this circle over here. Again, guys, you can see the refraction of this is low. Refraction is basically the translucency in the, or the transparency in my cap, right? And I can even click on these 3 buttons over here, guys, because if the circle is not enough for you, you can change it to fabric. You can see it like a fabric. If you are actually kind of wanting to edit this a particular fabric, you can actually click here just to see that, guys. Okay, you can see that. And I'll be clicking on this sofa portion over here as well, which is basically the sofa itself, the chair itself. And you can see over here, guys, how this material is shown, right? Now these have grains on it, guys. And what are these grains? These grains are basically from our bump. Bump is something you all must have heard. If you all have heard of V-Ray, bump is basically to create a map. All right, we'll be going through it slowly in the class, but just understand that to create a map, guys, mapping is very important. Maps are basically what gives the 3D look to the entire render, guys. Okay, now let's say I select the flooring over here. All right, so I've selected the flooring. Now please pay attention, guys, to my floor. All right, to my floor, please pay attention. You can see that there is this dark lines, right, in the map over here. I'll click on this and I'll actually change this. I'll actually change this map over here. So I can, you can change it from here if you want. All right, which are basically map settings. Or you can have the preset map settings, which are so many over here. All right, we have tiles and we have stucco and we have all of this. But for now, you can see, guys, over here in the map, we have actually created, used this wooden panel map over here. All right, I'll be showing you how to download maps as well. So I can reduce the bump over here, and you can see, guys, how now in this in my tiles over here, right, when I reduce this bump, guys, you'll see how that detail goes away. Please have a look. I'll just give it 1 minute to for it to clear up, and you'll see how the entire map basically goes away, guys. All right, there is no detail now. There is no actual depth to this floor. It is flat. So I'll be showing you how to actually use these maps very well. And I'll just simply increase the intensity of that, and you can see now we have these lines over here. That's these small things cause a lot of difference for the render. Now you guys, after this, please go to Pinterest and see V-Ray renders. You'll see that slight difference there when it comes to mapping and when it comes to setting bumps and how we actually do this. All right. And I'll be providing you guys with the newest version of V-Ray, which is 3.4. There is 3.6, but in 2017, SketchUp 3.4 works the best. So I'll be providing you with that as well, guys. You can see when we increase the map, now you can see not only the lines, but now the grains are also coming into picture, right? And the more I increase the map, the more the detail of those grains. So the better the map that we have, guys, the better the look on the render. Now you can see this is too much. We don't want so much grains, otherwise it will look like an old house. So I'll just keep this very nicely so it's very flat, yet we have the bump in the grains. So simply we can now select even the concrete background, which is over here, guys. And you can see in this texture that the mapping has been set to give that rough look, rough concrete, you know, industrial concrete. Today, a lot of pubs, a lot of restaurants, well, not now that we can go to any of them, but if you guys see, you will see a lot of grains on the concrete, right? So how do you actually use these grains and how do you actually show these grains in your renders? That's basically, you can see in the map over here. I'll just change this to a wall close-up, guys, so you can actually see these grains in the entire texture. Okay, so that kind of grains, that kind of granular feeling, that kind of 3D look can only be achieved when you edit the displacement map as well as the bump map and edit your reflection properly. All right. Now I'll come here and I'll select this frame, and you can see this frame is also a reflection over here. So guys, this is basic settings of V-Ray, right? I've shown you how to set even the lightings. All right. So I'll close this and I'll select a spotlight over here now, guys. I'll just show you one of the lights as well, how to set up a spotlight. So for spotlight, guys, I can just do a single click over here, and with the help of shift, I can actually, you can see actually I can set the focus of my light. Okay, where do I want to focus the light? I want to focus it a little bit on the chair, especially on that glass over there, because that glass is more of a character building in our view. Remember one thing, guys, when we're talking about building views, right, or creating renders for people, today's day, everyone can build renders. But how many of you people are actually using of like a philosophy or kind of a very conceptual looking render? When I say conceptual, I don't mean not realistic. It will look realistic, but that conceptual look, you know, that feeling of it being, you know, in a snowy day, on an evening, in the night, you know, just normal render, anyone can hit the button. But how do you create that good look is even with these small little objects like glasses and stuff like that, we can actually edit it. Now you can see once I've set this light, guys, I can actually set the cone size. So I'll set it like just a little bit like this, and I'll set the diffuse a little more. So you can see how this diffuse is being set over here. And once I'm done with this, guys, I'll go back to my assist editor and I'll go into the lighting, and you can see the first light that I've added here. I can actually see the intensity of that. So I can just reduce that intensity just to give it a little low down light, you know, a little calm feeling, since it's just like a person who wants to sit on the chair and just read a book maybe. So we'll just kind of have that setting over here, and I'll enter into the scene over here, guys. All right. Now, once I'm done with this, guys, I can actually go back to my settings and kind of set it at a high quality. But for now, guys, I'll set it at medium so I can show you the final render. And I'll set it at progressive. Progressive means the best quality because it keeps on progressing until we don't get the maximum from our graphic card. And I can click on this teapot sign here, guys, to render. So you'll now see the render frame is going to get created. Please give me a yes if all of you all can see my render frame, guys. Guys, I'd like it if you guys can just give me a yes over here if you all can see the render frame. All right. So guys, that's basically, okay, Vikas, you've raised your hand. Are you trying to ask me a question, or are you able to see it? Just you guys can just use the chat box. You know, that's better, obviously. If you raise your hand, then I don't know whether you're asking me a question or whether you know it or got it. So you can see we have kind of set that sunglasses on our chair over there. All right, perfect, Vikas. Okay, so you can see now this entire render which is taking place. It does take time, guys. So that's why I like to cover not like a lot of projects, but I will be giving you all some for home assignments as well. And I will want to focus on materials to get you guys to where you should achieve the best material setting, guys. Okay. So initially you guys will understand it takes some time to build up material thoughts, but you guys can see how this render is taking place, how the lamp, you know, is there, how its reflection is coming in from here. So I'll just kind of make this a little bigger. So you can see that is reflecting a little bit, guys. You can see how this is nicely lit up. You can see how we have kind of taken out this sunglasses look over here. We have texture on our wall as well as this back area over here. And personally speaking, guys, rendering is good, all right, but post production is super important, which we do on Photoshop, guys. Okay, which I'm going to show you. Like, this is rendering right now, so let me give you a basic idea of how the views from after post production of V-Ray also look. Same thing. I'll just give you a basic idea, guys. So let me just kind of open up a file over here. So you guys can see, this is actually another bathroom that we'll be getting into. It's actually there on our Instagram page as well. It's a luxurious bathroom, right? So this is not, so the one, just give you the V-Ray one. So you can see that, guys, right? Now, this is basically a render which we have taken out from V-Ray, and then it's going to be post-produced to actually create a very good quality render. So this is going to be one of the projects as well, guys, with all the lightings, cove lighting as well, and all of those other lightings as well will be covered. Now, so that's basically, so let's get back to our render and just kind of see that. So you guys can see that render taking place. Okay. Yeah, so guys, this is basically what we will be getting into in V-Ray and the kind of detailed depth. So we start with a very small area. Then I showed you the bathroom, which we'll be covering into. We'll even be taking an external project. So you guys are not just focused on interiors, but even a little bit of interiors. Honestly, exteriors, even a little, interiors are very main when it comes to V-Ray rendering, right? We can do cove lighting, we can do concealed lighting, we can do, which is the same, we can do sphere lighting, we'll be doing shots for builders, guys. Shots for builders means, you know, those exploded views which we put in pamphlets for builders, we'll be covering that as well. So a lot much is going to be covered, including, you know, editing of very, very fine detail of furniture and all of that as well, guys. So I'm just going to stop this render. I hope all of y'all are understanding the kind of level that we'll be creating. You can see this, if it renders, it will come out to become very realistic, but then we will do editing in post-production to get it even more, even get that finer, even that more touch to it, which we'll be covering in V-Ray. Just a little bit of post-production will be covered in V-Ray as well, on how to kind of fine-tune your views itself. Okay, so I'll just be stopping this right now because our V-Ray demo class is also over. I will just stop this over here. Let me just stop the share. Guys, I'd like you to share your screens, or I will just unmute you guys for now. And you guys can ask me any questions y'all have. Our class will start from tomorrow.